All right. Hey, shalom, shalom. I'm gonna make this. I promise you, this is gonna be extremely quick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post. There's a 10-minute, almost 10-minute video after this. This is to this is to the ladies, man. This is to the not the ladies, Salaki, to the Akawaf, right? It's a warning. Basically, this is a warning to the 2/3 or the women that just don't want to listen. All right. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna read this scripture, and that's that. I'm gonna play the video, and that's it. Just real quick. All right. The gold has become dross, and really, this is talking about ye sons of Israel, as it says, But the whole earth is out of course, as the scripture said. Everything is totally out of course, and that's due to basically. You know what? I got to keep it 100%. That's due to the men. That's due to the men. Forgetting about the natural order. And I got to say it, the Esau Edom, allowing the women, to become over, I don't know what term to really use, overthinkers, really allowing them to become head over the men. As the scripture said, the queen of heaven spirit, and it's really rampant, especially here in Babylon. Now, listen, you can go to other countries and you can go to other places and they still have somewhat of a similitude of or understanding of how things work. And they work a lot better, in those places when the women are, I'm not going to say under control, when they're in order. That's the word. That's the right word. When the women are in order and the men know their rightful place. And that's that. So I'm just going to read this. Play the video, and that's the video. Listen to what this sister said. Let her cook. Let her cook. Because she ain't lying. Lamentations 4 and verse 1. How has the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. Okay? Verse 2 reads, the precious, like I said, here it goes, the precious sons of Zion, compared to fine gold, as the scripture said, in that day he's going to make us, make the men more precious than fine gold. Why? Because the women really have just totally gone off out of course, man. Totally out of course. And really not, and again, like I said just a moment ago, I really blame the men. And this is a part of our punishment. We understand that's a part of the curses. We could go back and read that, but I'm making this quick. It is. It's a part of the curses. It is what it is. All right? But the women have basically, they've run amok. Run amok. All right? And the chickens are coming home to roost. And Yahushua is coming back to set all this straight. The precious sons of Zion compared to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earth pitchers? See? The work of the hand of the potter. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. Did you hear what the scripture just said? All right. And and again, I might as well just grab it. Salakia. I'll just quote it. Again, I want to make this real quick. I'm real busy anyway. All right. The whole the earth is out of course, man. Why? Because the wicked are in authority. So, without further ado, let this young woman, she looks to be maybe Northern Kingdom. I don't know. Could be anything. Our heritage is a speckled bird. We understand that. Or excuse me, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, his heritage is like a speckled bird. But let her cook. Shalom.
I have a very important question that we should all ask ourselves. That question is, why should a man want a woman in 2026? Why should a man that is single, that is already living his life, possibly disrupt his life by taking on a woman? The reason I ask this question is because I think that a lot of us women have a very outdated mindset. Women are not what they used to be. The image of a woman has been tainted by ourselves. We have totally destroyed our image. Anything positive that used to come to mind when you thought of a woman, we have dismantled. And we don't piece together the fact that dismantling our image comes with consequences. So again, I ask you to ask yourself, why should a man want a woman in 2026? We get on the internet and we sit up and we bash men all day long. All day long, all we do is talk crap about what a man isn't doing and what a man is doing that we don't like, how we don't want to live with a man, how men are acting like females, how men aren't doing enough, men aren't giving enough, what they do isn't good enough, how they behave isn't good enough, they don't look good enough, they don't have enough money. We are just going on and on and on, talking crap about men all day long. That's point one. Point two, we have totally taken the mystery away out of being a woman. Back in the day, women didn't discuss certain things. Certain things were kept between the girls. Now we've gotten online acting like the men don't process and see the same internet we do. We traded in a quick buck for our secrecy, for our mystery. You can get online and you can see how women do their hair. You can see how women do their makeup. You can see how women get cheap clothes off of Shein or wherever they get them from. We got our hygiene tips on there. We've got dating tips. We talk about what we do and don't do on the first date. We talk about all these things, just sharing every single thing about ourselves. We tell stories about our stupidity and dumb things we do. We talk about how we have no standards, and you may not think that that's what you're talking about. But when you're telling these stories about dumb stuff that you did, or certain stories about situations that you've been in, what you're saying is, I don't have standards. And most women don't have standards anyways, but that's a whole separate video coming very soon. So we get on the internet, we crap on our men, we share all of our secrets about ourselves to where they're no longer secrets anymore. What would make a man want us? Then to top it all of that off, there's all this free corn everywhere. And even if you're a man where you want the real thing, there's women on here sharing basically that they'll do anything for some dinner. There's women out here that are sleeping with men for dinner. There's one of us sleeping for men for just the smallest thing. So we're giving out all the tips, all the secrets, telling all the things about ourselves. So there's no secrecy anymore. There's no anything anymore. What is the selling point for us? What do we bring? And you get mad when someone says, what do you bring to the table? Because we're asking men to bring so much. We want men to do it all. We want men to still be the men of yesteryear while us not being the women of yesteryear. We don't want to cook. We don't want to clean. We don't want to provide and cater to a man's needs. We don't want to do anything but receive everything. And we want to talk down to our men. We want to mistreat our men, but it still expect them to be gentlemen and decency. And it's so funny to me how women are always online talking about how men are acting like females. And you're saying it in a derogatory way, which means you are self-admitting that you know that the image of a woman is a negative thing. If you're saying that men are acting like this and it's a bad thing, that means that you're behaving badly and you know it, and you're not calling it out. You're not changing yourself. So again, in these hard economic times, in these hard political times, in these hard, difficult, challenging spiritual times, you think that it's a good idea for a man to take on a woman? These same women who are getting online expressing how ungrateful they are, taking men's children away, putting men on child support, taking half of their stuff when they get divorced, just causing chaos in their life, causing drama. On top of that, you have to compete with this corn. And I don't blame people. I don't blame anyone. You act like, oh, because I have my genitalia, since I have this private part, I'm the prize. No, the prize is who's ever in demand, and women are not in demand anymore. There's way too many of us. We've gotten online and made it clear that we're way too easy, we're way too promiscuous, we do anything strange for a little bit of change. There's literally no incentive anymore. What is the point? I would not advise any man unless you just want that. I'm not surprised if you don't want a woman. Who would? Who would? What women are out here that are worth wanting when there's all these risks? It's all risk and little to no reward. And we get on the internet and we make it, we display it every single day. When you're taking on a woman, all you're doing is taking on challenges. And the main reason to still want a woman, which is to have children, half of y'all have gotten online and made it clear that y'all don't even want to be mothers anymore. Y'all don't want to have children. So what is the point? What is the point? What is the incentive? Why are we acting like we don't understand? Why are we walking around still thinking that we're the prize, thinking that someone should want us when we're not giving anything worth wanting? What are you worth that's worth wanting? What about you is worth the risk that you come with? When you're letting all these women online represent womanhood in such a nasty way every single day, and you're in the comments condoning it, instigating it, egging it on, yes girl, yes queen, waving your fingers, praising this behavior, and you're surprised when these men don't want you besides to sleep with you. And the funny thing is, a lot of them don't even care about that anymore. Why? Because it is much more easy and enjoyable to be in your own home, please yourself if that's what you're into, and roll over than have to deal with all of the problems and issues and drama that comes with women in 2026. So please ask yourself this question before you go to yourself and have a pity party. I need a man. Where's the men? Men aren't the same anymore. Ask yourself, are you the same as a woman? Are you worth it? I strongly doubt it. We as a whole are diminishing our value every single day, and it's over. It's a wrap. There's no undoing it. This is what you all have decided. This is what we have decided as a whole. Live with it, deal with it, and ultimately deal with the consequences. Evolve. You've made it this way, so it's time to evolve. I love y'all. Talk to you soon.